in the places where the laws of nature rule everything, where the struggle for survival is an eternal game, lives a cat, in front of which even the most powerful predators tremble. This cat is extraordinary, mysterious, like a product of nature itself in its most cruel and beautiful form. But this cat is not an ordinary homemade fluffy face that can be stroked and fed. Her claws are like blades of swords, and her eyes are what her victims see for the last time. Strength, dexterity, and fearlessness can be described in such words as this animal. He will not be afraid to attack even predators who are many times larger than himself. And very often our hero comes out of such skirmishes as a winner. To your attention, Puma. In size among its relatives, it stands in fourth place, after the lion, tiger, and jaguar. Although it does not quite belong to the subfamily of big cats, and it does not belong to panthers, cougar is a representative of the genus cougar, which, in addition to the cougar itself, includes another interesting animal, jaguarundi. By the way, here's another fact for you. Puma is the only animal in the world in terms of the number of names and even entered into the Guinness Book of Records for this achievement. American lion, mountain lion, cougar, and of course Puma, and these are only popular titles. Growing to a length of 180 centimeters and weighing up to 100 kilograms of cougar is a very dangerous predator, capable of hunting large prey. They help her in this matter with very functional large paws, allowing her to quickly gain speed and pursue the victim over rough terrain, and sharp and rounded claws on the subway dig in and hold the victim. In addition, claws help her climb rocks as well as trees. In addition to this, cougars swim perfectly, but like most cats, they use this only when absolutely necessary. These predators live throughout the New World, and they perfectly adapt to live both on the plains and on the highlands. This wide habitat has made the cougar menu incredibly diverse. Ranging from squirrels to porcupines, she can hunt birds and even fish if needed. But still, a variety of large ungulates remain her favorite prey. Deer, lamb, moose have no difference, if only more, and the cougar often hunts prey larger than itself. With powerful jumps, she tries to jump on the victim from above and cling to the neck with her huge fangs, and then on the classics. Moreover, for a cougar, there is no difference in hunting wild livestock or livestock. Often in search of food, they come close to their homes, which can play a cruel joke with them. And a very interesting fact is that cougars are so quiet hunters, and you will never hear the cougar growling. It makes a minimum of noise both on time and in life. Therefore, it is very difficult to notice it, unless it is a mother who communicates with young with sounds that are similar to chirping birds. Every year, the cougar kills about 50 ungulates because she has an excellent appetite. In addition, she likes to leave prey in reserve and hide it somewhere in a secluded place. Often such caches are used by other animals and even people. Tribes of Indians following the cougar often took untouched animal carcasses. Well, or in extreme case, she can throw leaves at the prey. But from such formidable neighbors, it is difficult to conceal something, and the bear immediately takes the find. Therefore, the relationship with the bears of the cougar is quite complicated. Interestingly, the mountain lion will never be attacked first. This can only happen if the predator himself or his young are in danger, and then the cougar becomes completely fearless. But people, of course, attack puma, and in many countries hunting for this predator is allowed. But it is worth mentioning that it is strictly regulated and does not inflict damage on the population. The cougar does not have a certain mating period. Everything happens only for love. But usually a quiet cougar, at this time it begins to make such sounds. Agree, not the most pleasant thing to hear at night in the forest. Pregnancy lasts approximately 3 months, after which 1 to 4 blue-eyed kittens are born, and the mother feeds them milk, which is 6 times fatter than cows, so the cubs grow quickly. Over time, the fur will change and become solid as in an adult. The cubs always obey the mother and never come out of hiding until she calls them herself. Interestingly, cubs under 2 years old live with their mother, although young cougars can hunt on their own at 9 months. Deer are the main object of predator hunting. However, they are always on the check and very careful. They always graze in herds, and it can be difficult to get there unnoticed. But not for our hero. Watch the reindeer start running away, but cougar is right there. And although the camera does not show the rest, it is not difficult to guess that the mountain lion has achieved its goal. And here, the cougar sneaks up imperceptibly to the victim and in a second puts it on earth. Just a few seconds it took the predator to do all this. And even such a large deer can become the prey of a hunter, and the deer will not get out of this capture. Guanaco is also not bad prey, because these wild llamas can weigh up to 150 kilograms, but they are very hardy and stubborn. They can also maintain high speed for a long time. It is best to wait until sunset. And now, a lonely guanaco is a great goal to get to unnoticed. Having got as close as possible to the victim, you can start an attack. One mistake and for the victim everything is over. But the hunt is not always so successful. For example, here the puma distracted the badger from his affairs, and he is not quite happy with such a guest, to put it mildly. And while the cougar was thinking what to do with him, the badger was the first to go on the attack. It is better not to get involved with this. Probably the cougar thought so and went on to her business. Well, with coyotes, the cougar has a strained relationship, and here the coyote even managed to knock down the cougar and is in a more advantageous position. But the mountain lion breaks out and immediately pounces on the coyote, so the latter barely manages to carry his legs. And here is the battle of the two highest predators, jaguar and puma. When meeting, the battle is already inevitable, because these are food competitors. The cougar will not miss the opportunity to attack the jaguar that violated the boundaries of his possession. Despite the plus or minus the same size, she behaves more actively and soon the jaguar runs away. Why there are jaguars, the cougar will not be afraid to attack even a bear. For example, this mountain lion himself came to the bear's den and calls him one-on-one. But the bear did not particularly like this idea. Puma first tried to somehow smear the bear, but as a result, nothing worked out. The mountain lion does not give a back, even if you have to fight with a huge grizzly bear. Just watch her bravely and protect her cubs. She's so determined that the grizzly decides to just back off. This is the spirit of this predator.